Good afternoon. We are blessed to be back together in person today, and blessed that so many of you came to honor your families that are now part of our family. We're grateful that you joined us today. I'm John Mesko, Executive Director of Caring House. Welcome. If I might put out a quick reminder to please silence your phones and devices for our ceremony. I'm honored to introduce longtime Caring House volunteer, Dan Hudson.
Thank you, John. Also, just a quick thanks to those who might be joining us via Zoom online now, or maybe at a later point in time in a recorded version of this important time that we have together. Caring House. Such a good idea. A few doors down from us, a beautiful home. Those would be meaningless if it weren't for those of you who've gathered that have been so thoughtful and trusting Caring House with such an important time in your life. This would be meaningless if it weren't for the purpose of our time here this afternoon. For the names, the family members, the loved ones, the friends who we honor and gather here this afternoon. We're going to do this in a similar way that we've done it before, in which there will be words that will be shared, music with those words. It's simply our way to try to touch this gathering with gratitude. You each come with so many different feelings in your life. I believe that there is enough care, thought, and compassion in this place to hold it all. I hope you find that to be true for yourself. In a recent gathering of leaders from the Caring House, we had someone come and share about their experience, who in fact will be reading something a little bit further along in the program. And she shared because not only is she a long, dear volunteer to Caring House, but now finds herself on the other side as a recipient there daily with her loved one. The purpose of being there was to share about her experience. And as she talked about what she was going through, she pointed out something that stood out for her. And it was the number of times that she heard the word thank you. That there seemed to be a mantra that took place. Gratitude is in so many ways why we're here. Gratitude embodied by a hug as you make your way through a line. Gratitude in a reconnection with someone who possibly was there in one of the most important days of your life. Gratitude for allowing someone to be present in that moment. And for that reason, we are here. We are gathered to honor and remember, and we will do that. It's built centrally around the naming of the names, many of which are reflected by your presence here. There will be candles lit as those names are read. Symbolically, much meaning behind light. Symbolically, our gathering here again about gratitude and about care for each other. And so with that, I will ask our first reader to come up and share, Christine Campisi.
Thank you, Dan. That was very nice. Appreciate that. Welcome, everyone. One of the reasons we read poems at this event as opposed to reading a narrative is that poems reach us in our hearts. And the poem I'm about to read is one I really like. It's by Maya Angelou. And it's called When Great Trees Fall. When great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder. Lions hunker down in tall grasses, and even elephants lumber to safety. When great trees fall in the forest, small things recoil into silence, their senses eroded beyond fear. When great souls die, the air around us becomes light, rare, and sterile. We breathe briefly, our eyes briefly see with a hurtful clarity. Our memory suddenly sharpened, examines, gnaws on kind words unsaid, promise walks never taken. Great souls die, and our reality bound to them takes leave of us. Our souls, dependent upon their nurture, now shrink, wizened. Our minds, formed and informed by their radiance, fall away. We're not so much maddened as reduced to the unutterable ignorance of dark, cold caves. And when great souls die, after a period, peace blooms, slowly, always irregularly. Spaces fill with a kind of soothing electric vibration. Our senses restored, never to be the same, whisper to us. They existed. They existed. We can be and be better because they existed.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here with you again today. This is a song I sang to sing out of this world, both my parents. Within a hospital setting, we didn't have a caring house. I am so grateful that we do. I'll be loving you always with a love that's true, always. When the things you plan need a helping hand, I will understand, always, always. Days may not be fair, always. That's when I'll be there, always. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always. I'll be loving you always with a love that's true, always. When the things you planned need a helping hand, I will understand, always, always. Days may not be fair, always. That's when I'll be there, always. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always.
Our next reading. Thank you, Zoe.
Hi. My father spent his last 5 weeks at Caring House in 2018. And it was a true gift to my family. I missed his memorial celebration here that year. So I'm happy that you have me join you today. I will be reading Life After Death by Laura Gilpin. These things we know, how the living go on living, how the dead go on living with them, so that in a forest, even a dead tree casts a shadow, and the leaves fall one by one, and the branches break in the wind, and the bark peels off slowly, and the trunk cracks, and the rain seeps in through the cracks, and the trunk falls to the ground, and the moss covers it. And in the spring, the rabbits find it and build their nest inside the dead tree, so that nothing is wasted in nature or in love.
A thought about our next point in the program. Light, it's one of the oldest and most meaningful symbols found in cultures and religions worldwide. The symbolism of light is strongly connected to our ability to see This afternoon, we honor and remember the light of those men and women who you journeyed through genuine helping moments of received care, shared sacred encounters, times of laughter, times of tears, all expressions of love through genuine human compassion. These living human documents of shared vulnerability and determined pursuit of peace. Their light still shines through memories and those things remembered and learned from the profound experience of the shared human spirit. At this point, John will be reading a group of names, and when you hear your loved one's name within that group, we invite you to come forward. Sandra and I will be here at the table. We will light a candle and hand it to you, and simply ask that you would place it in the sand in the large bowl. We will read through the groups of names. There will be a final moment in which we will see on a slide the names from previous years. At the conclusion of those names, a final candle will be lit, a moment of silence. This is the central part of why we're here.
Karen Adams, Ramiro Aguilar, Zlata Ashkunik, Cheryl Albert, Patricia Pat Alex, Michael Allen, Raquel Barajas, Teresia Begovich, Richard Bell,
we honor you, we remember you. For our next reading, I'd like to invite up Stephen Pater.
So I am a longtime Hagerstown human. My other half is one of the first men or half dozen or so, certainly first dozen people came to live here at the end. So I've had a chance to see them this grow as I've been to a number of these events. And it gives me pride to be associated with you, even just as a visitor like this. So this is Everything Falls Away, but it starts with a sentence by William Stanford, who was a pacifist poet during the 1900s. He wrote, "There's a thread you follow. It goes among things that change, but it doesn't change. Sooner or later, everything falls away. You, the work you've done, your successes, large and small, your failures too. Those moments when you were light, alongside the times you became one with the night. The friends, the people you loved who loved you, those who might have wished you ill. None of this is forever. All of it is soon to go, or going, or long gone. Everything falls away except the thread you followed, unknowing all along. The thread that strings together all you've been and done, the thread you didn't know you were tracking until toward the end. You see that the thread is what stays as everything else falls away. Follow that thread as far as you can, and you'll find that it does not end, but weaves into the unimaginable vastness of life. Your life never was the sole thread it seemed to be. It was always part of the great weave of nature and humanity, an immensity we come to know only as we follow our own small threads to the place where they merge with the boundless whole. Each of our threads runs its course, then joins in life together. This magnificent tapestry, this masterpiece in which we live forever.
Well, Stephen and I didn't plan this, but somehow I feel like the song I'm about to sing is a pretty good follow-on to what we just heard. This song was made very famous by Vera Lynn during World War II. She was an inspiration not only to the soldiers fighting in Europe and America, but also to the world. And she continued to be that long afterwards. She passed away at the age of 103 in 2020. Let's say goodbye with a smile, dear. Just for a while, dear, we must part. Don't let the party upset you. I'll not forget you, sweetheart. We'll meet again. Don't know when, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do. Till the blue skies chase the darkness far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be alone. They'll be happy to know as you saw me go. I was singing my song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know as you saw me go. I was singing my song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny
brings this part of our time together to a close. Again, thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your afternoon to be here with us. Indeed, there is a thread that connects each and every one of us. A little different this year in that the readers each have had a loved one at Caring House, including myself. It certainly connects us, doesn't it? I want to invite each and every one of you to meet again, right outside of the sanctuary into the fellowship hall. There's an opportunity to enjoy some refreshments, maybe share a little story, or just say hello. Certainly, if you can, we understand, and again, just so appreciate the fact that you've taken time to connect to us, but most importantly, to your loved one. Trust that this was in some way a time to honor and remember them. And that indeed will continue in your heart and in ours. And we leave in that spirit. Wish the best to all of you until we meet again. Good afternoon.